Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Young and restless Courtney Hope mourns as she reaches the day I've dreaded for 16 years since May 24th. Courtney Hope shared to social media that she had arrived at the day I've dreaded for 16 years. My soul, pup, the one who woke up the mother in me, my best friend, and my shadow, crossed the bridge into heaven. Miss Stevie Nicks, Stephen McQueen, my bug and Bubba, if you knew me, you knew her. Continued the young and restless leading lady. I never expected life could be so vibrant until she came and woke me up, got me through the hardest times of my life, and brought joy to every moment. There wasn't a room I walked into that she wasn't behind me. As heartbroken as Hope, she is also deeply grateful. I'm thankful I was entrusted with loving her and guiding her just as she loved and guided me. To be a witness to her boundless love and fierce nature was a privilege, she said. She fought until the very end and made sure we knew it was going to be okay. Barely able to breathe, she stood up energetically one last time and walked to every family member in the room and stared them in the eye, making sure they were seen and thanked, before laying her head onto my chest and taking her last breath. A true angel on earth. She taught me that having grit, strength, and boundaries can coexist with gentleness, unconditional love, and a humble yet unshakable confidence. As hard as it is to accept this loss, the actress understands that that's part of loving someone. I was given the honor of taking care of her in this life, and sometimes taking care of something means letting it go to spread its wings and fly on to the next adventure, she said. I promised her I would be okay, because I know this is just goodbye for now. And she left with a wink and a smile. Until our next meeting, forever holding your lucky rabbit's foot. Our heartfelt condolences go out to Hope and all those who loved Miss Stevie Nicks. There are moments in life that hang in the distance like thunderclouds, ones we know will come, that we brace for, dread, and hope might somehow never arrive. For the young and the restless star Courtney Hope, that moment recently came crashing in with a weight so profound, it rippled across her real life and touched the hearts of her fans far beyond the screen. On social media, the actress known for portraying the fiery, ambitious, and resilient Sally Spectra let down her guard and opened up about a deeply personal loss. With a single post, she turned the lens away from Genoa City and toward the tender story of her real-life heartbreak, the passing of her beloved dog, Stevie, a companion who had walked beside her through over a decade and a half of life's most defining moments. This is the day I've dreaded for 16 years. Courtney wrote, her words laced with a pain as raw as any scene she's ever played, but this time, there were no retakes, no scripts, no safety nets. And in that moment, Hope wasn't just a soap star. She was a daughter of grief, like so many of us. And fans didn't just mourn with her, they remembered what it was like to say goodbye to a piece of their heart. A constant in a chaotic industry, if there's one thing soap fans know, it's that stability is a rarity in daytime drama characters. Come and go, romances are born and burned, and family trees twist and contort into labyrinthine knots. For Courtney Hope, Stevie was the opposite of all that, a grounding force, a quiet shadow through years of chaos and change. When she first stepped onto the set of The Bold and the Beautiful as the original Sally Spectra's namesake, Courtney was already a household name among genre fans. But behind the scenes, Stevie was her silent co-star, the one waiting in the dressing room trailer, the one curled beside her scripts during long nights of memorization, and the one offering calm when the demands of performance threatened to overwhelm. She was with me for every big decision, Courtney once shared in an earlier interview, long before this goodbye. Auditions, breakups, new roles, family changes, everything. I never had to question if someone was in my corner. 16 years. In human terms, that's a career, a chapter of adulthood, nearly 2 decades of growth. In dog years, it's a lifetime. And Stevie's loyalty made her more than a pet, she was a soulmate in fur. When grief breaks the glamour, soap opera actors often play heightened emotion, betrayal, murder, infidelity, long-lost twins, even miraculous resurrections. But what happened when the woman who portrayed Sally, whose storylines have included miscarriage, romantic devastation, and a near-death experience, had to face a loss no script could prepare her for? She didn't shield it behind Hollywood polish. She showed her heart. Courtney's tribute to Stevie came not just with poignant words, but with a montage of memories, photos, and videos that painted a picture of joy, silliness, mutual comfort, and unconditional love. In every frame, fans could see what she lost and what she was lucky enough to have for so long. The post quickly filled with comments, not just from fans, but from co-stars and fellow daytime stars who knew exactly what it meant. Hunter King, Cameron Grimes, Tracy E. Bregman, and Laura Lee Bell sent hearts and condolences. Others shared their own stories of pet loss, their own dreaded days, and how they survived. In an industry where image is everything, Courtney reminded the world that it's vulnerability that truly connects us. Sally Spectra, reimagined through grief. Some fans speculate that the timing of Courtney's loss may impact how she channels her character in upcoming episodes. Sally, currently in one of the most emotionally complex arcs of her run, struggling with the fallout of a lost pregnancy, trying to rebuild her life with Nick while haunted by what might have been with Adam's A Woman on the Brink, and Courtney, walking through her own grief, might bring to those scenes something no writer can pen and no director can conjure. Lived experience. There's a stillness that comes after loss, a shift, and for Sally, a character who's always relied on passion and bravado, a new kind of depth may be on the horizon. If viewers find themselves moved in unexpected ways by her performance in the coming weeks, it won't be coincidence, it'll be authenticity. Stevie's legacy, written in Paw Prince Ivan, beyond the screen. Courtney's loss resonates because Stevie was a constant feature in her life's public narrative. The dog had been part of countless behind-the-scenes clips, interviews, Instagram stories, and more. Fans grew to know her not just as a pet, but as a fixture of Courtney's world. "You brought me back from some of my darkest moments," Courtney wrote in her farewell. "You were love personified, and I will carry you with me always." The legacy of a pet like Stevie is often measured not in the milestones, but in the in-between. The silent support, the wagging tail after a bad day, the knowing eyes that offer empathy without words. And that's the magic Stevie brought to Courtney's world. And now, 2 hours, as we glimpse the power of that bond. In a world where so many connections feel fleeting, the constancy of a creature like Stevie becomes profound. She was there long before Courtney became Sally, and long after the character's storylines are over, her paw prints will still echo in Courtney's heart. The tributes that came pouring in, the fan response was immediate and overwhelming. Hashtags like #RipStevie and #CourtneyHopeStrong trended among soap fans as they flocked to support her. On forums and Facebook groups dedicated to Young and Restless, users shared pictures of their own pets, expressed solidarity, and offered grief resources. One fan wrote, "I lost my dog after 15 years. I know that hole in the heart. You never stop missing them, but they never stop being part of you either." Another shared, "I've watched Courtney since B&B. Seeing her pain made me cry for her and for the dogs I've loved and lost. Thank you, Courtney, for being honest. You reminded us how real love is." These weren't just fans mourning a celebrity's loss. They were people mourning their own, together. Beyond the curtain, real-life healing, and the next chapter. So where does Courtney Hope go from here? Publicly, she's signaled that she's taking time to process, while production on Y&R continues. Sources say that the show's producers and co-stars have offered her unwavering support, some even bringing their own pets to the set in a quiet show of camaraderie. Privately, she's using this moment to lean into healing. That might mean long walks without a leash, tears shed during early morning coffees, or simply writing about the bonds she shared. If past interviews are any indication, she honors Stevie in the most personal ways. Maybe a tattoo, maybe a piece of jewelry, maybe a scene on screen where Sally, like Courtney, pauses for breath in a world that just doesn't feel the same anymore. A love that transcends the screen in the end. What we learned from Courtney Hope's loss isn't just how much she loved Stevie, it's how much she believes in being real. In the cutthroat world of entertainment, where actors are often told to keep it professional, she did something far braver. She showed us her humanity. She gave fans permission to mourn with her, to remember their own losses, to celebrate the lives of the animals that made them whole. And in doing so, she didn't just say goodbye. She made sure Stevie's memory would live echoing through the hearts of those who watched, those who wept, and those who understood. Because as Courtney Hope now knows better than ever, the love of a dog never truly dies. It just becomes part of who we are.